Hi guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at 2000 Trees Festival 2024. Grandson on the lineup, and he joins me now. Woo! How you doing, man?
I'm excellent. Back at it.
Back at it.
Happy to be here.
Back in the UK. It's nice to have you.
Unfortunately, not a long one.
No.
Just here for a short time, here for a good time.
A fleeting visit, but a good one. You got to remind me, is this your first time at 2000 Trees?
It is, yeah.
Man, that's great. I mean, you're ticking off all the major alt festivals in the UK at this point, but, like, this is such a good vibe, man. I don't know how long you've been on site at the minute, but, like, what are you making of it so far? Because it's a good vibe, this one, I feel.
Yeah, I'm grateful. The reputation of this festival being one that really appreciates rock and alternative music, just a concentration of like great fans. Sometimes you play a festival and you get the sense that you're kind of playing to a lot of people that are there to just have a good time, and I feel like here you can pick up some people that are really passionate about finding and discovering new music.
Right, sure.
So there's an added sense of gravity when you're playing for fans that you frankly like respect their taste and their passion.
Yeah.
It's like those are the kind of fans I want, so that's why we gotta bring it.
Absolutely, and you're on double duty today as well. Obviously, you got the main stage slot, but then in the forest as well, which is always a good time. That forest stage.
Yeah,
man.
It's gonna get freaky. I don't know anything about what happens out there.
Dude, you're gonna have a blast. I think when you see the setup of that stage, it is a very, very cool vibe, man. I think you're gonna have a good time. That's a question though, because I think like a lot of bands are doing that, like the kind of double duty thing. Just as a performer, do you have to kind of change your kind of mentality a little bit going into daylight? You're going to play two different sets, two different stages. Does it require more warming up? Do you change the routine up a little bit at all?
It's a good question. I mean, I think when I have two sets, it's an opportunity to put some stuff together that you haven't played in a while. Yeah, you know, I don't want fans of mine that are coming to both shows to hear the same songs at both shows. So there's something that's quite fun about revisiting songs from 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm trying to make it special for the people that do come. It's an acoustic set, which is always a little more haunting, and I have an opportunity to really lean into the meanings behind the songs, which I'm the kind of artist that I do think a lot about what I'm writing about, and I hope that fans can kind of get that kind of deconstructed version of the song and also get more context for why I wrote it.
Yeah, nice to be able to just kind of approach it in a completely different way in an atmosphere like this. It's very, very cool. Hey, we're about a year or so on from the album now, I guess. I mean, that's a really nice kind of reflection point, isn't it? Because congrats again on, you know how much we love that record, but like, it's so cool to see how you were trying to push in some kind of little new directions there. I feel like you opened up in a lot of ways on that record that I hadn't expected from you. And the connection's been lovely. Like, the fans have really, really responded to that openness, to that honesty, and to that slightly different musical direction you were maybe pushing yourself into. How are you feeling about it? Now that we've had a year, now that we can reflect, how are you feeling about that record and everything that was going on there?
Dude, I'm so grateful to be in a position that I can put music out, travel the world, and connect with people that resonate with it.
Sure.
And I think that with this last record, I wanted to give as much of myself as I knew how to give, be super vulnerable, try experimenting with different types of genres and leaning into alternative hip-hop, and being able to like go further than I've ever gone and headline shows around the world was very cool. And it's opened up a lot of room for me to now go make a totally new project. So I think a year, like you said, it is a good kind of chunk of time to reflect back on it, and I'm back in the studio, and I don't think if I hadn't gone into those kind of more vulnerable, intimate places and changed the sound, I don't think I'm the kind of artist that can just trot out the same project over and over again. I start feeling like disgusted. I'm almost repulsed by artists who treat their career like it's this factory to give people the same thing over and over again. So now I get to make more angry, political, fuck you type rock music, but I'm doing it having gone around the world and come back. So it's cool. It was a really fun project to make. I connected with my fans in a deep way, and now I'm ready to make some new shit.
I mean, that's really nice kind of like little decision point you're at after this record, because you could on the one hand go even more vulnerable, even more kind of maybe strip it back in that way, but it sounds like you're doing the opposite and going like a little bit more aggressive on this kind of newer stuff, which is equally exciting. Yeah, I don't know how much you want to tell me about what you've been working on, but like what kind of stage are you at in terms of this kind of next project?
Yeah, I'm getting into the studio to produce it and play it out with a band. It's going to be a lot less electronic music inspired, a lot less ingredients.
Right.
I've been, it's like I've been going to a lot of restaurants around the world, and my favorite restaurants got fucking 3 things on the menu.
Oh, here we go.
I don't need to go into the Cheesecake Factory and have 400 things to choose from. So I think with this new album, I'm really, really dialing it back and concentrating on writing really, really clear songs and going heavy. I think that's also the privilege of touring. A lot of bands, when they first come up, they don't really, your audience and what motivates and drives you is hidden behind your phone and being some fucking content creator, videographer, I don't fucking know. But I'm in a position where I get to play 100 shows a year. And so for me, this next record takes my favorite parts of the live set, and it's just going to be balls to the walls the whole time.
I mean, did you find as well when you were playing those newer songs in the live set, did you end up heavying them up a little bit anyway? Because it's such an energetic live show, it's kind of inevitable it's going to push in that direction, isn't it?
Yeah. I think for a long time, me as a recording artist and me as a performer have been informed by one another, but not entirely connected.
Right.
As a songwriter and as a guy getting high in a studio and wanting to be creative, I pull from so many different references, and it's part of what makes me such a unique and original artist, in my humble opinion. But at the same time, as a performer, nothing gets me going more than energy and giving people a space to express this more angry and cathartic side of themselves. So I think finally I'm doing a little bit more listening and letting the record be informed by the live show. And that's been yielding some really, really, really exciting results, because I've never really put the performance and the audience in the driver's seat. It's always been something that I'm just going to be me and make music that is a commentary on my world and pick up fans along the way that support and that see themselves reflected in that. And I think this next record is going to be really, really special because it's just energy, nonstop. And I think that's what people have come to gravitate to in my project. So, making music that was softer, putting it in my live set. Sometimes I would heavy it up. Sometimes I would have to continuously be moving it around in the set to find the pocket where people want or need that second.
Space.
And suddenly it dawned on me, I don't want you to get any breathing space. I want to keep my foot on their neck, and I can do that. I've just never even really set out to do it. And I also think that being in the kind of graduating class I came from and seeing a lot of different alternative artists find and rediscover themselves coming from that kind of 2018-19 era. So many different artists that have found success in that time have pivoted and been looking for their sound. Versus some of the bands that come up and it's a group of musicians and they kind of know who they are. So I think for me it is settling into some combination of hip-hop, rock music, alternative music, and I think this next record, if nothing else, will translate really, really well on stage and on the festival stage. That's all I care about at this point.
No, that's really exciting. I mean, it's not a new observation at all, but obviously we are now in this era where a solo artist like yourself can kind of flow and move between those genres in a way that maybe even 10 years ago now would have been a lot more difficult, and people would have maybe struggled with that. But the time has changed so much, you can just kind of keep mixing up on each record, and that's really, really exciting to see, man. I've got to ask you as well, because you've collaborated with so many amazing people on all these records and doing all the features in the different places, and it's always comes from a place when it's someone you actually really admire. It never feels forced with you, which I really, really like and respect. Anything on the calendar you want to hint at? Have you been working with anyone on the next record? You've been in the studio with anyone we might be interested in?
Yeah, I've been leaning on the same mentors that I've had my whole career, the Tom Morellos and Mike Shinoda's, while also I've just been really really discovering new music and hitting up artists that might be earlier on in their journey than I am. And I'm still navigating how much this project will be community driven and how much it will be something a little more just me and a band, but we'll see. I love collaboration. I'm in this to connect with people. It's only natural that would extend to the people that I'm writing with and exploring with. So time will tell, bro. I'm almost there. I'm kind of at the precipice of putting together this body of work, and I think it's going to be really special.
No, excited to see what's next, man, for sure. Very, very excited to see what's next. Well, speaking of collabs, I mean, something we've been asking everyone this weekend. It's our go-to festival question, but it always produces some interesting answers. Stacked lineup here at 2000 Trees, absolutely stacked. Anyone here this weekend who you've never worked with before, never toured with before, where you think that'd be a great Grandson feature, that'd be a great tour?
Absolutely, Bob Villain.
Oh, straight in.
100%. No second guessing it. We were supposed to tour Europe together last year, and then we had to switch it up at the last minute. So it's definitely like it's been in the conversation for a long time. It's just a matter of getting it together. I really respect their message, and I think that their new album was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a matter of time. We got to check that one off.
Oh, well, that's definitely kindred spirits right there. We
100%.
can see that. That would work really, really well. Dude, I'm going to let you go and get ready for these double sets today, people. Double sets. But you know, it's always such a pleasure to catch up. We will catch up again sooner on all this new music. All the best till then, all right?
Thank you.
Good to see you, Grandson, everybody.